If you're somebody that is happy with day-to-day life, going to work, paying a mortgage, having kids, and then checking out, and you're not looking for more, and you're happy, that's amazing, and I envy you truly. For those of you that might find this life or find this routine meaningless or boring, I would like to introduce to you an idea that I've been developing for the last 10 years is re-attaining your freedom. So what do I mean by that? Okay, so instead of looking at your quest, this life, I'll call it our spiritual and physical quest as human beings, for whatever reason this life came about, or maybe there is no reason, it's just for fun. Gods are having fun, exploring, finding themselves through us, learning about this universe through human and through animals and through plants and everything, through oxygen molecules. Gods may not have a plan, but we can. And even though if they have a plan, I don't think they have really communicated about it to us. Yes, there are books, many different religions, ideologies, philosophies. I always think that those are also very, very man-made ideologies that we came about in order to sustain our reality, right? Which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. But I would like to invite you to a little bit more fun, more meaningful, possibly for some of you guys. It is definitely more worthwhile and more meaningful for me, is this idea of re-attaining your freedom, the birthright that you had when you were born, and slowly, gradually, one step at a time, you started giving this birthright, giving this freedom away to many different institutes and to many different people. You started putting shackles on your ankles, on your wrists, by accepting your, let's say, family situation. Your mother and father kept fighting for some reason, and they passed that sort of a shackle onto you. You thought it was your fault, for example, or all of these are examples, right? And you started thinking that I must not be good enough. You gave that birthright of being psychologically free away. You gave that right, you gave that freedom to them, not inadvertently, not on purpose. You didn't know you were doing it. Then you grow up a bit more and you went to school and you learned that you must sit at a table, very hard desk, listen to a teacher and learn all these things that you may not necessarily find interesting or amusing or useful. There is another shackle. It's called educational shackle. And you grow up a bit more, you went and got a job, and you signed up for a mortgage. There's your financial shackle. Now you have to turn up to a 9 to 5 every day in order for you to be able to put food on the table and to keep a roof over your head. Look, all of these are examples of the shackles that we deliberately or inadvertently put on ourselves during our life, during this holy quest, I call it. This magnificent life of ours, which nobody seems to take time to notice how amazing this thing is, how magnificent this thing is, right? And we all just go to work and drive cars and buy another one and have a baby and all of that, and then we just pay a mortgage or sell and buy another house, and we call that life. Yes, correct. That is part of life. But that wasn't the purpose of my being as a human being. At least I don't believe that. And if you're someone that you don't believe that either, you feel like there's something more to this. I wasn't just put on this planet, or I wasn't come about. This life wasn't developed just for me to be a barcode and consume and pay mortgage and buy another car and then make this guy that much money and pay my taxes and make that guy that much money. I think there's more to that. And, you know, I would like to invite you to that quest of re-attaining your freedom. And you can start one step, baby steps at a time. You know, look at all these shackles that you have. Well, first of all, psychological shackles, and then some financial shackles. Our physical shackles are constantly, you know, improving, hopefully, by the inventors. Obviously, our physical shackles that we have on this planet Earth, there is a gravity to this planet. I cannot escape that without any sort of technology. So the inventors found out that there is a necessity to improve and to, like, you know, maybe lighten that shackle of us being bound to, you know, traveling from here to another town, and it takes me 3 months, you know, traveling with a horse. Now we're traveling with airplanes, and it takes me an hour. So there is a freedom. There's a physical freedom that we re-attained by these inventors, and they're amazing, you know. And the necessity is the mother of all inventions. So if you find the necessity of ridding yourself from these psychological shackles, from the financial shackles, from the physical shackles, from the mental shackles, you find that in yourself, I invite you to start taking baby steps. You know, I start with things that are tangible and you can feel and you can see the results, you know, almost straight away. If your body is out of control, if your body is out of balance, that is your physical imbalance. That is your physical shackle, part of your physical shackle. Start by meditating, going on runs, going on walks, going for swimming. Start by eating what is good for you. Go and consult a health professional of any kind, of old school, like acupuncturists or dietitians, and to the new school, like, you know, medical practitioners. Start baby steps with your financial shackles. How can you start looking at instead of a 5 week on, 2 weeks off, look at a 5 day on, 2 days off in a week. Start looking at maybe 4 days on, 3 days off. How can you attain that? Take the shackles off your time so you can spend it in a more creative way. Things like that. It's just an invitation. Adios.